The Marketing Funnel Strategy Show. More leads. More sales. More predictability.
Introducing Jared Hyman, sales and marketing expert. Introducing Serena Carly, marketing and outsourcing expert.
Hey everyone, welcome to the Marketing Funnels and Strategy Show. Super excited for today's episode. I'm here with the lovely Serena. You're looking amazing today too, by the way.
Thank you. That's because I got dressed up with Lippy today.
Yeah, you got dressed up for everybody. This is fantastic. Anyone would think this is like a hot date type thing, you know, that we've got going on here. You're dressed up and everything as well. Look at this.
Yeah.
Anyway, so super excited for today's episode. Come in and join into the discussion. We're going to be talking about marketing today. We're in discussions about a few things at the moment. We're launching some new products and so on too, as part of some new partnerships and things like that we've got coming on board. And we want to talk to you guys a little bit about that today and so on as well. Just join in on the marketing discussion just on what we're doing and how we're doing things. And, you know, there's some things that you're going to learn as part of this process. We did cover a lot of this in like our Speed Lead Challenge, our 300 Mastermind, these types of programs we work with really closely. But, you know, we're going to be talking a little bit more in depth about marketing and some things like that today as well. Because you all know how we love paid marketing. Paid marketing is the quickest way to be able to start moving your business forward is by paying for promotion and being in front of people every single day. From that perspective, there's some structures, there's some things that have got to be put in play in order to do that. However, you know how much we love that. But there's many, many different forms of marketing, and I'm a huge avid. I just love marketing in general so much, and I love the diversity and how many different options and ways that you can strategically put your offers in place to be able to get better results from your marketing, but more importantly as well, different angles that you can position things, right, with people and through partnerships and, you know, multiple different forms, right? I just love the multi-diversity of marketing in general and what it can really provide your business. And, you know, as I said, we've got some new products that we're launching at the moment too. We're going through the process too right now. Again, you know, new products, new services, things like that, new partnerships on board, heaps of different things that we're doing that you guys can learn from as well, because you'll no doubt be doing the same thing, okay? Because let's face it, in business, there isn't always a one-size-fits-all for marketing in general, right? Every business has a slightly different intake. Every business has a different problem to solve. Every business has different challenges. Every business is at a different level, all this type of stuff as well. But the fundamentals of marketing and what it takes to create successful marketing campaigns, it all comes down to a process of following still, okay? So everyone's still got a process. Everyone else there's just not a one-size-fits-all on how you position it. If it was, everything would be the same. It'd be lame and boring. I'm sure you would agree. But if you guys are excited about today, and you know, I would like to just to type into the comments, just say hi. Even if you're not excited about today, you just jumped on for some reason, that's still okay. Just say hi. We'd love to hear from you guys as well. And if you guys have some specific questions that you would like to get answered on these live streams, we're here to serve, and we will be helping you get those questions answered. Okay, Serena, like, we've got a lot of things going on, like, at the moment, and we've got a lot of different things that we've been working on. We've got a lot of different, you know, we've got some key partnerships we've been working on recently. And maybe, do you want to share a little bit of, should we go really in depth, do you think, as to what we're doing and how we're doing things and stuff like that, do you think, today? Or should we just go through one element of it? What do you think we should do today?
I think we should possibly start with one element and see how far it pans out, whether it takes the whole time. And if it doesn't and starts moving into some of the others, we can just follow a bit of a lead, because there is a lot of stuff being done. And I don't know how deep you want to go with it.
Well, I think we could talk all day about what's being sort of worked out in the background and everything like that. But I'm going to talk bigger picture here at the moment, right? I'm going to talk big picture. Local marketing as opposed to international marketing. Local marketing, when there's somebody who's local to you, there's a benefit in that as opposed to international. We quite regularly, we speak to people across Australia, New Zealand, throughout the UK, throughout the US. We speak with people all around the world, right? But when we speak to a lot of people in Australia, or specifically even people that we speak to here in Perth, Western Australia, whom I'm local to, by the way, they go, "Oh my God, you're local," right? They just naturally assume that we're based somewhere in the US, or we're based somewhere in, over east, or we're based somewhere in New Zealand, or wherever, right? Now, people naturally think that, the company that's marketing to them, or the person they're speaking to, isn't actually in that country, right? So when you talk about local marketing, you talk about international, there's some huge benefits, or there's some huge differences in approach, and also I find within conversion rates as well when it comes to marketing in general, either locally or internationally. So if you think about it, if your business is like a international brand, right, and you speak with people across multiple different floors, multiple different countries, several different time zones, the difference between you getting a lead, booking an appointment, and selling on that appointment, right, the conversion rates can actually change based on the whether you're local or whether you're not. Finance brokerage I worked with many, many years ago, we did full Australia-wide finance as well. And that particular business, we found conversion rates across office-wide was 1 in 8 leads that come in would convert into a sale. From that sale, there'd be a couple of $1,000s in commissions for that sale on average. Now, when you talked about it from a business perspective, the close ratios 1 in 8 is about standard for online businesses these days, okay? But if you looked at the majority of where the business came from, being a Perth, Western Australia business online, the majority of their business came from over east. But what we found is that when we broke down the conversion rates of local, right, Perth business, as opposed to over east, there was a considerable difference in the close ratios. So the close ratios we're finding was more like 1 in 3, even 1 in 2. Some months would even be 100% with some brokers for local to local selling. Whereas then you look at the office-wide was 1 in 8 in general. So it was a considerable amount of difference in close ratios from local marketing compared to interstate marketing, okay? So for a lot of businesses, what they have a tendency to do in these types of situations is they go, okay, I can do Australia-wide, I get cheaper cost per lead by going full Australia-wide, but yet they don't take into account like what the close ratios are from, a different state compared to local state marketing. So I challenge, like, these are things that we've been working on a lot lately within our business, because, now we're getting to a point where we're looking to grow or scale. We're at a point where we're ready to scale now and bring on a heap more clients. And as part of that, we're also going, how can we also better the conversion rates from the current marketing campaigns that are going through at the moment? So, we've been putting a heavy focus on 3 main countries: Australia, New Zealand, and also the UK. Okay, 3 main countries. But if you think about it, Australia's got several different states. New Zealand's got a North and South Island. The UK is just like 3 times, 4 to 4 times the size of Australia in general, right? So, you know, we're talking about big ground here to cover to really get market traction, but not only market traction, market depth, okay? Getting your brand well known. And for you to get really well known, like marketing's great, but, you know, without sales, without the conversions coming through, right, and finding ways to tweak the process to get more conversions, you've got to look at alternative ways to do it, right? And I'm more of like I guess, a data sort of guy and things like that. And Serena, when I normally talk about some of this sort of stuff as well, she's like, "What the fuck, Jared? Can you show me?" Yeah. Which I can be the same sometimes, and I'm sure some of you are probably thinking about it as well, because I know you've heard Serena talking about right brain, left brain, not right lame and left lame, but, you know, right brain and left brain. You've been hearing about her speak about that on previous episodes a little while ago, but I'm sure Serena will be able to open up a little bit more on that as well, because I know some people might be more visual that are here on the live, right, Serena?
Yeah, so with the right brain and left brain, it's big picture and fine detail as well. So sometimes people can be intermixed with each other. So, like, you know, people have different ways of learning different things. And it was like what we said today, you know, I'm just trying to, who was it? You, someone who was writing a download guide. And I said, don't be too pedantic about being absolutely perfect with it, because you'll find most people won't even look at it even after they download it. And when they read it, it's sort of more about building up a trusting audience and everything like that. So, you know, you create things that are visual for the people who are visual, that have a bit of sound in it for anybody who's, say, kinesthetic or auditory or something like that, so that you can attract all the people. Like the biggest speakers out there, when they go out on stage, they start with like an NLP technique, which is the who, what, when, why, or something like that. They get the overall picture in the very beginning. Now, when you do funnels as well too, there's many funnels out there that they do the same thing. They talk to everybody, big picture, fine detail, whatever, all in the very beginning of the funnel. And they sell there and then in that funnel. And the people who will buy then are the big picture people, the people who are visual and stuff like that. They can see everything in a short span of time and will hit the buy button and jump straight down to the bottom and buy. The fine detail people who are not quite so big picture will need to go through the whole page bit by bit by bit. And I can guarantee any right brainer out there or big picture person that's listening to me would know exactly what I talk about when they come across something they're interested in. They see the top part of it and they'll click the button and go straight to the bottom and click buy. Whereas everybody else will go through and read it, find detail. I don't know if that's enough information for me. So that's why sometimes there's so much information on a funnel page, because you have to give to the people who really need all the information. Sometimes people can cross over on each one as well too. If I really want something but it's a bit more expensive, I have to get a bit fine detail with it to make sure that it's going to be worth the money that I invest in it. But if it's like a $27 job or something like that, I don't need completely what's all there. I'll just jump down the bottom. So that sort of gives you a bit of an idea of how, you know, selling to right brainers, left brainers, big picture, fine detail works in marketing.
Yes. I find as well, right? Like, you know, all of this is really important as well, to understand the different psychology of your buyer, understand who's going to be the end product user, the end product purchaser of your product, because we've got a key partnership as well, because we realize as well a lot of this local stuff is really, really important, being local, because it can increase your conversion rates. So, you know, it's really, really important then that, like, because we've got a new partnership, as I said to you, we've got a new partnership just in New Zealand right now. We're looking at showing people how to create, market, and sell online courses, and how to actually do it in a day, okay? Because we do this quite regularly, right? Like, if we get an idea or something, and I've done this multiple times before, created something, or placed an idea together, sold it, okay, to someone to make sure that this is something that someone's going to buy, sold the idea, the concept, the end result. And I've usually done that within a few hours, okay? Now, I understand for a lot of people, this is, you know, for probably like your real sort of detailed type people, and maybe if you're new to business or something like that, this is a very different concept to what you may have been taught before, or what you may have done in the past, or even what you might feel comfortable with. But for me, I look at it, and we spoke about this a lot on the interview we had with Jonathan Callanan, right, Serena? We spoke about this a lot on the live there with him around, you know, online courses, how to market them, how to sell them, how to create them, the do's and don'ts, all that type of stuff. So go back to that episode and check it out if you haven't already. We won't go through all the details of that today, but you know, it's just important for you to understand, right? Like literally within hours, we're having conversations with people about something that we create. And a lot of it all as well is stuff that we've done in the past, things that we're knowledgeable about, things that, you know, either add-on services to what we do or anything like that, right? There's always expertise in any area, but anybody can do this particular process, right? So understanding, you know, if you have someone local to a particular country that you do business with, or someone that works with you and so on, understanding that those conversion rates can be better. So this kind of brings it now to the topic we wanted to talk to you guys about today as well, which, you know, we're positioning it a lot around conversion rates, today's conversation in the show. But the bigger picture with this is, you know, partnerships, because, you know, there's no such thing as a self-made millionaire, right? Or a self-made man or a self-made woman. There's always been other people there as part of the journey that has helped them to get there. And if you've seen a lot of businesses that have just got extreme growth from day dot, they've just blown up, right? And this business has just gone to a whole new level. It's generally because they've been partnered with someone who has a big audience in some way, shape, or form, or has current clients that they work with now, has trust, has credibility, does really well with what they do, is a trusted authority, and now they've just tapped into that particular business, into that particular area, utilized a lot of that asset there within that person to be able to sell their own products, their own services, but at the same point in time, adding value, okay? Because there's so many businesses out there at the moment that are doing incredibly well, right, that, you know, you can also tap into as well local knowledge, local authority, and you can increase conversion rates quite dramatically from your marketing efforts. And the best thing about this side of it too is it can be amplified with paid marketing as well. So right now, for our sort of push in the UK, we're really excited. We've teamed up with a guy who's based in the Netherlands, who we absolutely love. One of the, I would say, most sought after high-level business consultants in the industry. I would say he's working with companies that are doing hundreds of millions of dollars in revenue as well. So we're officially teamed up with Michael Nolst to do our push into the UK, which we're really excited about as well. He's exceptional, isn't he, Serena? Like, you know, Michael, his knowledge is just off the charts, right?
Definitely, and definitely a left brain, fine detail person.
Exactly, which, you know, I kind of float between the two. But I'm probably more like you in many ways, shapes, or forms, but we still kind of add, like, you add value in areas that I'm not so good at, which is a lot of, you know, like email management and a lot of this other stuff as well. And then I guess I look after more of that fine detail, the selling side and stuff like that as well. So we've got those areas where we complement each other, but you know, Michael kind of, I think, complements both of us with what we do and fits into the mission of turning business warriors, people that are worrying every single day about what they got to do to move their business forward and turn them into business warriors, which is that bigger picture as to what we really want to create by people that are just watching this page, or people that, you know, are absorbing our content in some way, shape or form, or in our programs, or are part of our agency, etc., or partnered with us in some way, shape or form. So, yeah, Michael's exceptional. Oh, sorry?
You just gave me an idea too, Warrior Dynamics.
Warrior Dynamics. Yeah, do that. Put that,
You know what I'm talking about.
put that down in our spreadsheets.
Yeah, I'm doing it right now.
Love it. All spread-ons, right, of the whole battle plan methodology that we've got here going on at Business Warriors, battle plan marketing methodology and our battle plan sales methodology over here as well that we've got, that we've tuned in over many years now. But these are the types of things that you've got to be all thinking about in your marketing right now, because local as opposed to interstate do have different conversion rates. They do. But most businesses don't track it. They don't understand it. They don't even realize it until it's brought to their attention. I hope we're really sparking people's ideas here on this live, because I'd say this is probably going to be one of the best ones we've had, Serena, I must say, because it's these little things that we talk about that, you know, someone can literally just halve their they could really like double what they're currently doing right now by just changing one thing in their marketing like this, right?
I think also, I mean, you're sparking my ideas, but I think people have to literally, and sometimes they may not be seeing the big picture. So I was wondering whether you had the coffee with Jared today. I have to get my own. If they see the big picture, or let me give the big picture so that sort of people get a different slant from it, is instead of just looking at every person as a potential customer and if you're going to make money out of them, and then not worry about them if you don't think you are, start looking at every person as to what their business is and whether they're a good JV partner. It doesn't have to be something, I mean, we've spent months doing stuff with Michael, God bless his God picking little cotton socks heart, love him to death. I probably got all those words wrong, but he knows anyway.
Can you say that again for me? God bless what?
He's God picking little cotton socks or something like that. I don't know.
Try saying that 10 times really, really fast.
I don't think I'd be able to. You know, people say, when they say, God bless their little cotton socks or something like that anyway.
Yeah,
so,
I know what you're saying.
So look at people as a potential, well, okay, what are they good at? And, you know, and how does that relate to my business? And then see what you can do together. Just like, you know, what we've been doing with Jonathan and Michael is combining the forces of two great things and making it into one even better. You know, that if you struggle with some areas or something like that, you know, you've got someone on the other side. And you look at the, you know, the whole thing out there about DISC and wealth dynamics and all that sort of stuff. You know, if you've got to have a right, and you've got to have a left, and sometimes you've got to have a top and a bottom, and that's building your team on all the areas that maybe you're not so good at. And that's where it doesn't have to be a team that just becomes part of your business for everybody, but it becomes a team where you can have pockets of business with other people, creating still the very things that you do. So I hope that was big picture enough to make sense.
Yes, it is definitely, right? Because, you know, let's face it, the power of a personal brand these days is probably one of the biggest assets that can ever be created. Take Richard Branson, for example, right? The guy, everything, you know, people say to him, he's got the magic touch, or he's got the, you know, everything he touches turns to gold, right? As soon as Richard gets involved, things just get done, okay? Why? That's the power of a personal brand and something that he's built over a very long career. And, you know, a lot of people go, I haven't got a personal brand, or I'm just getting started, or people don't know me yet, and all this type of stuff. But everything that you do in business has got to be adding value to be able to that personal brand. But the cool thing is when partnerships are involved, there's elements of psychology that comes into it as well, where, you know, people see you the same as the person that you're speaking with, right? So, like, if I was to go and stand right next to Richard Branson now, shake his hand, have a conversation, go to dinner with him, all that type of stuff, people would then, that know Richard and love Richard and trust everything that he says and, is a diehard fan of his, will then start seeing me as the same level as Richard Branson, right? Because I'm hanging with him, right? And everyone knows that anyone of, some type of caliber hangs around other people of their same type of caliber as well, right? Now, I'm not saying that I hang around with him or anything like that, but I know he'll want to reach out to me one day and hang with me and everything. But, we'll work.
$50,000.
Well, yeah, $50,000. I guess I could as well. It's a good way to open up a relationship with somebody, right? So these are the little things that you can do, right? Partnerships are a huge way to be able to expand your brand, utilize trust that other people have built over a long career. And, there's the elements of psychology that come into it as well is absolutely huge for yourself, your business, your brand, etc. And the key is with every partnership is to make them win-wins, okay? You've got to be winning as a business. The partner's got to be winning as a business. And when we're talking business, everyone's got to be making money.
Including me.
Exactly. So everybody has to be. It's about growing those partnerships. It's about finding ways to get in front of more people, and then knowing that the conversion rates are better when you do have somebody local as well, okay? So, it's these little things that are going to be able to help you guys move forward, take more action, do more, and be more effective in your marketing as well. And look, if you guys have some questions, let us know in the comments below. Comment below. Ask those questions. Otherwise, we're just talking to each other, aren't we, Serena? And we're talking to a screen, which isn't fun.
I try not looking at you to sort of make it feel like a bit different, but because we're sort of, the side-by-side thing. But I've also got you on Facebook over here as well, so I've got a double version of doing that. So one's just behind the other.
Lucky you.
Yeah. The only way we can see the questions.
Yeah. So let us know, guys, what questions have you got? If you're getting some value from what we're talking about today as well, and you're feeling like, you're really getting something from this as well, let us know in the comments. I heard a very interesting way of looking at things the other day, and I'd never really heard anybody really mention anything about this before. And I thought it was, there's twos and fours, everything like this, right? But the podcast that I was listening to, the guy said, they were talking about marketing, and they were talking about effective marketing and non-effective marketing. And the particular guy then said, he knew a guy who, started at, like, say, $100 or $500 a month in marketing spend. And he scaled it right up to over 10 grand a month that he was spending on marketing across platforms. And because it wasn't effective marketing, or wasn't believed to be effective marketing, the $10,000 a month he was putting in was exactly what he was getting out. So dollar for dollar, what he was putting into his marketing, he was getting the same amount out. So it's a dollar for dollar. I had to listen to this a couple of times, right, because I didn't understand the first way that he explained it. I was like, there has to be something here that he's talking about, right? Because what's this one? He explained it as 1-to-1. And I was like, I don't really understand what he's talking about. But then I realized that he was talking about return on investment from his advertising spend, or people call it, ROI, or, total sales from advertising, whatever you want to call it. But basically, the guy was spending $10,000 on ads a month. He'd scaled it right up to that. He thought, I had to spend more to make more. He was spending more to make more, but for every dollar he was putting in, he was getting $1 out. Now, a particular guy basically said something after this that made me really think, okay, that does make a lot of sense. What he said was, marketing is attention, if you're spending $10,000 on ads, right, you are in front of a fuckload of people every single month, right? And if you're getting $1 in, $1 out, he said that's freaking fantastic because that's getting you more and more and more well-known every single month. And you're growing a killer personal brand as a result of that. And that was like the nugget of gold for me because it was like, well, yes, attention, right? What follows attention? Attention follows sales, opportunities, and things like that. And when I look at a lot of what we do, and this is what a lot of people don't realize that comes with attention. When you're marketing your business heavily online, you get a lot of people come to you, and a lot of people ask for help, and you do business with a lot of people. But the bigger picture people don't realize is that you start to get other opportunities that get thrown to you as well, right? Which includes business partnerships. Now, joint ventures, yeah, like people come to you and, you know, you find out, hey, this person that we're going to help, you know, where we come into their buying cycle, our product, our service comes into their buying cycle as well. So there's a way that we can also not only help them with the problem that we solve, but in addition to that as well, we can also help their clients and their people they work with to be able to help get the results as well, right? Because their clients will have the same problem that we're helping them with. And that's when you can also get partnership opportunities just through your own marketing. But then over and above that, you get people that don't do business with you that start referring you business as well. You know, there are people that haven't done a freaking dime, haven't spent a dime with us or our business, but yet they just send us referrals. Hey, you should contact this person. Yeah, you should speak to this person. Oh, I've recommended you to this person, right? These are the opportunities that are created off it all as well. And that made so much sense when this guy said this on the podcast that I was listening to. You know, dollar in, dollar out, right? If I could spend $1 and make $1 and I could do that every single month and I could spend 10, 20, 30 grand a month on marketing, right? Then fucking hell, the amount of opportunities that are going to come from that, the amount of, you know, referrals that I'm going to get from that, right? The amount of joint ventures and partnerships that I can create out of that would be just literally just blow things out of proportion. So this just gave me a real different outlook on marketing because I knew for a long period of time that, yes, we got referrals, yes, we got opportunities, yes, we got joint ventures and partnerships, all this type of stuff off all of our current marketing. But this just made so much more sense in my mind, and it just took me a few times to get it. And these are the different things that come with it all and the opportunity that people have. But unfortunately, people are just so short-sighted, aren't they, Serena? Like they're just so short-sighted. They go, I just need something now, right? I need to make money now, right?
Too scared to sort of spend money to make the money because they feel the money going out, but they're not being aware of what the return will be by putting it out. So they stop it from going out because, oh my God, you know, there's so much going on, I can't afford it and blah, blah, blah. And in the whole process, miss the influx of what it would bring.
Exactly. And really, like, we're not saying go and borrow 50 grand, put it into marketing, right, or anything like that. Or spend something that you're not willing to lose, or whatever that, you know, the terminology is that you want to use from this. But what we are saying is we're saying that consistency is key, right? And doing daily actions consistently is key. You know, this was said the best by Bruce Lee. He said, I don't fear the man who's practiced 10,000 kicks. I fear the man who's practiced one kick 10,000 times. And that's exactly what it is when it comes to marketing as well. Bruce Lee, he's left us with some great nuggets from that. The person who practices one kick 10,000 times, or one marketing campaign 10,000 times, or practices every day 10,000 different marketing campaigns, the person that does that is the person that wins. because you will get the opportunity. You will get the return on your investment. You will get the result that you're after. You just gotta make the move forward. And some move is better than zero movement. And if all you got is $1 in, $1 out, the amount of other, or $2 out even, right? Or $2 is a good. That's great. I mean, we're always, 1 in 3 is where we're at. 1 in, 3 out. And then it's strategies after that to retain. Then it's strategies after that to be able to, get multiple sales on the back end of campaigns, or to buy more, to spend more. That's the strategies behind it all. Who's going to buy my product in bulk? Who's going to pay more for my product? Whatever it is, these are the things that you've got to be looking at for your campaigns, for your business, to be able to grow it. The marketing is just one aspect. What comes from the marketing comes through consistency.
And you've got to think outside the box as well. I have as you know, I'm in Bali, and I have a girlfriend here who's a chef. She has a restaurant and she does keto cooking. And of course, I do keto eating. So what does she do? She gets on WhatsApp with me every day and she sends me photos of her newly made, look at this, what I just made. Or she videos me and she's eating it or something. Would you like a taste, And before I know it, she sold me 3 different products. She's a real tart because she knows how to do that. Yeah, she doesn't know how to do social media. She asked me, can you go and post this on social media for me? That's what.
Oh, you just gave the best pun then. She's a real tart. She sends you cakes.
Well, she sent me a lime tart, like, oh, my God, keto, no sugar. I think it's 4 grams of carb or something. It's so yummy.
I feel like, I'm not even a dad yet, but I got this, box full of, all these dad jokes, right? I'm going to be the worst dad ever.
Yeah, well, we've seen you with the puppy dog. So.
It's like the saying, right? Man who walks behind car is exhausted.
Oh, God, here we go. I think we're running out of time, aren't we?
I think we're over half an hour, so should we wind it up before we just get completely silly? If you guys have found value today in some way, shape, or form from this live, even if it's just the jokes, right, give me a rating out of my jokes out of 10 as well. I'm going to work on that over the next few years as well. And maybe I'll share a few more over time as well. Oh, dear. Let us know below in the comments. Have you found value today? Just type value into the comments. We'd love to see from you guys. Keep tuned. We've got some exciting things coming up. Monday is a public holiday here in Western Australia. Serena and I will still come live at 1 o'clock and everything for you guys to really hit things home. We've got a wicked, we've got pending next Friday a interview about how to take your business online and how to sort of create your own virtual reception, your own virtual admin type stuff. We've got a company coming in to talk on that next Friday. We're just confirming the last of the details for that. So it'll be, if not next week, it'll be the following week. We'll work that out anyway. So make sure you tune in as well. Monday, 1 p.m. Perth, Western Australia time. Tune in Friday next week, 1 p.m. Perth, Western Australia time. We look forward to be able to serve you guys, and we'll make sure we pack plenty of value in it as well.
Yes.
100%. So remember this one thing in leaving. If you do not fight for your own freedom, absolutely nobody else will. So every single day you must get out there. Every single day you must take action. Every single day you must make it happen. And remember to be the warrior. We'll see you guys 1 p.m. Monday. Be here. You don't want to miss it. Speak to you all soon.
Bye. Bye, y'all.